Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Social Today Show, which is all about social media. My name is Jonathan Pollinger of Intranet Future, and basically this show is a roundup of the latest social media developments, changes on social networks, with a few tips thrown in on how you as a business person, marketer, or somebody who works with social media can take advantage. So, the big news yesterday was Microsoft's takeover of LinkedIn, the 100% business-focused social network, and they have spent a lot of money. In fact, they've spent $26 million on buying LinkedIn. Welcome Graham, welcome Christine, welcome Gerald, welcome Sarah. Great to have lots of regulars joining the show. So the takeover of LinkedIn by Microsoft, what do we think? Is this going to be a good thing, a bad thing, or perhaps it just won't make any difference to LinkedIn at all? For what it's worth, my view is that it's going to be a very good thing indeed. I think the extra investment from Microsoft will help. Good morning, Ben. It will help take LinkedIn onto the next level, and lots of scope for integration as well. Hello, Graham, and thank you for your kind comment there, Sarah. I am not off to see a client, which you might expect, but I'm actually off to Royal Ascot today, so very much looking forward to that. So back to LinkedIn. Yes, lots of potential for investment, lots of potential for integration, and looking at it from a user's point of view, I think hopefully the interface and the way it works will improve. Don't get me wrong, LinkedIn is fantastic, and we run regular workshops. I run regular workshops in Cheltenham, and we've got one coming up in Cardiff. I run those with Louise Jenner, and the Cardiff workshop, just to drop that in, is actually 21st of June, and the next Cheltenham workshop, I do believe, is the 23rd of July, although I might have to check the date on that, but all available on the workshops page on intranetfuture.com. So yeah, integrations. So in particular, I've thought for a while that building on the popularity of video and messaging, why don't LinkedIn introduce some sort of video conferencing type tool? And of course, with Microsoft owning Skype, this could be a real development now. It wouldn't take too much for video conferencing to be built into LinkedIn's messaging system, for example. So hopefully we will see that. That would be a guess of mine as to a typical sort of integration. And with all the data, there's going to be sort of like data integration, I would imagine, with tools like Outlook. So there have been sort of third-party things like this in the past, where you can basically have a look at somebody's email, and then on the right-hand side you'll be able to get all their job title, where they work, and all that kind of information, which could be pulled, and has been indeed pulled, off LinkedIn. So more of that kind of integration, I think, could be seen. Microsoft have got a bit of a mixed reputation when it comes to taking over social networks, but they have done pretty well with Yammer, an internal social network that I in fact introduced to Vertex, a company that I was working for. Introduced Yammer with them back in, that was probably about 2007, I think. So subsequently Microsoft have taken that over, and that's proved to be a successful internal social network. So what do you guys think? Do you think $26 billion is a fair price for LinkedIn? Needless to say, their share price shot up yesterday. And what do you think will happen to LinkedIn now? The branding, I understand, will stay the same, so it'll still be called LinkedIn, still continue to be a network for business people, and hopefully it'll be taken onto the next level. So I want to keep this tight today and try and finish at 9. So just moving on to the news from other social networks. So Facebook, great news from Facebook, which you might not have spotted because there's no change to the interface, is that you can now reply in a comment. So somebody puts a you put a post on your page and you want to comment on that, or you want to reply to somebody else's comment, you can reply by video. So you can just simply hit the camera icon, which previously you could use to add a photo, and you now have the option to add a video as well. So not live, but basically a pre-recorded video that perhaps you've shot on your phone. So fantastic way of responding to comments on your Facebook page or within your group. Works on groups as well, and also on the personal side of Facebook. So replying to comments on using video, fantastic development from Facebook there. What else have we got? Facebook, yeah, we've talked about this before in terms of testing for support for 360-degree photos. So this is like immersive type virtual reality photos for panoramas, and this has now been brought out to certain users and will be available for everybody. So if you're using a panoramic 360 camera, or you're taking 360 panoramic photos on a phone like this, you can basically, the viewer, after you've uploaded them to Facebook, can tilt the phone and get an immersive experience of the whole scene. Also, it works on virtual reality headsets. So in terms of the rest of the news, I just now need to check my notes. So you can read a write-up of all the news apart from LinkedIn, because that just came yesterday. But the rest of this week's news is on my blog post at intranetfuture.com. And yeah, what else we got? We've got there's a video there about the Facebook comments and how that works. Facebook Live now available in groups, so hope to do something with the Laptop Friday Facebook group and Facebook Live there. So if you run a group, I've long been a fan of Facebook groups. Not a bad idea to set up groups for your clients, as indeed Louise Jenner has done. So if you have a group like that, or perhaps a group for your event, then you can now do Facebook Live within that group. Welcome to other people joining in, Daniela and Jen Young. Thank you very much for joining. Of course, if anybody has any questions or comments at all, please do feel free to post in the comments. Now, these don't always show live for me, but I will pick up the comments after the show today. And of course, you can tweet me at Intranet Future. News from Instagram. There's a survey that illustrates that Instagram is now popular amongst advertisers than Twitter, more popular than Twitter, although Twitter dispute that. Easier to share photos from iPhones and iPads. You might have noticed this to Instagram now. So if you go into the photos area on iPhone or iPad, click the photo, you can share directly to Instagram. Twitter experience, well, apparently the hack was some time ago, but apparently, and I do say apparently because there is some skepticism about this, 32 million Twitter accounts have been hacked some time ago, and recently they've now been put up for sale, allegedly. But Twitter have been in touch with a number of users asking them to reset their password, and this is a good idea anyway, so I'd encourage you to reset your password, and even perhaps add in two-factor authentication, whereby Twitter send you a text with a code every time you log in if you want that extra layer of security. So do put in a secure password, and also review your applications. That's quite a sneaky way that companies can sometimes get access to your Twitter account. Spammers can get access, so when you connect apps and that sort of thing. So do review those. Sarah saying I see a lot more of them on Instagram than on Twitter. Not quite sure what you mean by that, but I haven't got my glasses on, so can't quite read that correctly. Yeah, what else have we got? Twitter Insiders. So it's basically a network panel of that people can use for research and for polls available in the US and UK. And yes, brand new Android app. I do like the new Twitter Android app. Nice big menu buttons. Ads, sorry, of course. Yes, more now coming into Instagram. Yeah, because the platform is now open. So people, brands and businesses can now advertise on Instagram as well as Twitter. Thanks for the clarification. Yeah, shiny new Android app for Twitter. Really clear menu buttons, labels across the top, much easier to move around and access. I'll show you actually a nice. There's the new app there. So menu buttons across the top there, nice and easy. Icons, and you've also got this tweet button here that's basically available anywhere. Go into profile and easy to switch to other profiles, and highlights, feature that iOS doesn't have. Really good feature that picks up some sort of key tweets for you. So check out the new Android app. What else have we got? Periscope. Yeah, if you run an event, they've set up this community idea where you can basically send in details of your event and promote it for you. I'm not quite sure, it's not totally clear where they'll promote it, but on a website, their website somewhere perhaps. But also they might even tweet about it, which would obviously get you fantastic exposure for your event. And then the idea, of course, is that you Periscope, do a live Twitter video using Periscope from your event. So the link for registering events, if you're an event organizer, is on my blog post there, and have actually registered Laptop Friday, so it'd be interesting to see if Periscope pick that up and give us a bit of publicity around that. LinkedIn, there's a new feature for premium members whereby you can access something called Premium Insights. Go to any company page on LinkedIn and get a whole bunch of analytics, useful information about that company's employees and the areas that they work in, and that sort of thing. So benefit for premium members. LinkedIn do seem to be picking up on that, and with the takeover of Microsoft, as discussed earlier, hopefully there'll be even more features. As flagged up last week, really good one is that premium members have got access to lynda.com, which is an online training service. And again, you can see a synergy with Microsoft there. So Microsoft have got a whole bunch of products, Word, Microsoft Dynamics, Yammer, as you mentioned, that kind of thing. So a nice integration there would be for them to put training videos and courses onto lynda.com. So and a nice sort of link between the two there. Welcome, Kat. Good morning to you, and welcome to the Social Today show. So it looks as if we're just about to finish on schedule today. So finishing off with my number of the week is 40. Nearly 40% of Twitter users say that they've made a purchase as a direct result of a Twitter influencer. So that's from a survey involving Twitter themselves and a company called Analect. So influencer marketing, it's kind of quite a whole big thing these days, whereby you can reach out to people that are influential, high profile people, and or people that have a big following on Twitter or any social network, and arrange for them to promote your product and talk about your product or service. So that figure kind of like shows that people are inclined to purchase as a result from what they hear from influencers. So that's it for today. If you have any questions or comments, please do put those in the comments underneath this this video, or of course tweet me at Intranet Future. Do let me know what you think of LinkedIn. That's it for today. I'm just off to Ascot. Looking forward to that. So see you again on social media. Bye for now.